Everyone thinks paying extra for a smart portable AC is just buying a remote control with delusions of grandeur. But here's the thing, the Honeywell HF0CESVWK6 can actually make your room cooler, faster, using less energy than a dumb unit because timing and control matter more than raw BTUs. Sounds crazy, right? I thought so too. But after 2 weeks of testing during a humid heat wave, logging power draw with a smart plug, tracking noise with a decibel meter, and running side-by-side comparisons in 2 rooms, I found a few things that flipped my expectations. And I'm not letting the marketing slide. Single hose physics still apply. But what I discovered might change how you judge value here. Before we dive into what I discovered and the settings you should change on day 1, if you're already leaning in and want the best price on the HF0CESVWK6, I've got the link below. But stick around because my results include some surprises and one potential deal breaker you need to know. I'll set the stage. My home office is a west-facing 250 square foot room that turns into a toaster by 3 p.m. Landlord won't allow window units. I've tried 2 generic portables before and both failed the same way. They were loud, struggled past 5 p.m., and turned the rest of the apartment into a warm draft because of negative pressure. I was skeptical about paying extra for smart features, but I needed better control for pre-cooling and a quieter night setup for a 180 square foot bedroom. Hope that smart scheduling and voice control would help me run it less, cool, smarter, and sleep without the jet engine vibe. Skepticism that it's still a single hose box pretending to be premium. Test 1, afternoon office torture test. Outside hit 92 degrees F, starting room temp 84 degrees F. I sealed the window kit with the included foam and a bit of extra weather stripping. The HF0CESVWK6 took the office down to 74 degrees F in 38 minutes and held 72 degrees F after an hour at medium fan. Not bad for a portable, but then the single hose reality kicked in. I felt a warm draft under the door as it pulled makeup air from the hallway. It didn't wreck the room temp, but the rest of the apartment warmed a touch. Fix. Seal the door gap or crack a window in the same room a half-inch to balance pressure. With that microvent, cycling got smoother and runtime dropped a hair. Test 2, overnight bedroom comfort. Room is 180 square feet, blackout curtains, door closed. Measured noise 6 feet from the unit, 55 dB low fan, 58 dB medium, with the compressor tone adding a low thrum on startup. Sleep mode dims lights and lowers fan. I could sleep with it on low, but then I noticed the compressor's on-off cycle every 10-12 minutes created a noticeable shift in sound. If you're ultra-sensitive, that tone change will matter more than the decibel number. White noise folks will be fine. Light sleepers, consider running a steady fan setting or bumping the setpoint to widen the cycle window. Test 3. Energy use and smart features. On full cooling, I saw 980-1150 watts draw depending on fan speed and room temp. Over an 8-hour office session without scheduling, it used 5.7 kWh. With a schedule that pre-cooled from 2 o'clock to 3:30 p.m. and then held 74 degrees F, it used 22% less to reach and maintain comfort versus waiting until the room was already roasting. Voice control worked for on-off and set temperature, but then came the quirk. The app occasionally took 5-10 seconds to update status, and after a router reboot I had to rejoin on 2.4 GHz only. Once set, it stayed stable, not perfect but way more useful than a basic remote when you lean into scheduling. Test 4, humidity and condensate. Auto evaporation did its job in cool mode. On a 70% humidity day, I didn't have to drain anything during a 6-hour run. In dry mode, hooked to a drain tube, it pulled 2.3 liters in 2 hours from the office. The exhaust hose does radiate heat. Wrapping it with a cheap insulating sleeve dropped surface temps near the hose by about 6 degrees F and shaved a couple minutes off cooldown time. The window kit is adjustable and worked horizontally and vertically, but it's still a slider plate. It fit my 29-inch sash window with the included panels. Longer windows may need an extra piece or a better sealing kit. Casters rolled smoothly and the washable filter popped out without tools. Here's where it gets interesting. The most surprising discovery was how much the smart scheduling changed the outcome. Pre-cooling in anticipation of the heat spike consumed 1.6 kWh to get to target, while doing nothing until 5 p.m., and then trying to muscle the room down used 2.3 kWh for the same final temp. That's a 30% swing in the most painful part of the day. This is where the HF0CESVWK6 earns its premium. It lets you play offense instead of defense. Versus a cheaper non-smart portable I used last summer, this Honeywell held the setpoint tighter with smaller 1-2 degrees F swings, which made it feel cooler at the same reading. Build quality felt a step up. Smoother caster roll, tighter panel fit, and fewer rattles at high fan. No, it's not magic. It's still a single hose portable, so a good dual hose or a window unit will outgun it on pure efficiency. If you're allowed to mount a window unit, that's still king for performance per dollar. And the app, adequate, not amazing, but in practical, day-to-day use, scheduling, remote start, and quick adjustments saved energy and kept comfort consistent, which closed the price gap more than I expected. Now that you know scheduling is the cheat code with this unit, the next step is simple. If your room size fits and you need portable convenience, get it while seasonal pricing is down. I'll keep the description updated with the best current price and any stackable coupons I find. Bottom line, if you're a renter, setting up a home office, or cooling a bedroom up to about 300 square feet and you value app control and voice integration, the Honeywell HF0CESVWK6 Smart AC is worth the extra money over a basic portable. If you can install a window unit or you need whisper quiet nights, either go window or consider a dual hose portable. For everyone else, this is one of the rare smart portables where the smart actually pays you back. Smart features won't beat physics, but used right, they'll beat your daily heat spikes and your electric bill.